I think there used to be a time when people were really excited about like hyper creative brand storytelling that was just like, kind of fake, but it's just highly produced and highly designed to look cool. I think people are much more interested in seeing things that, come from the heart. So lately I've really been yearning to try a new type of storytelling video that supports local product makers and small businesses. And I think we did a pretty good job with this one that we did for a dear friend of ours named Monique, who is a ceramics maker based out of the Beaumont Studios. She runs a small company called MiMOKO that produces very beautiful, meticulous, ornate ceramics. And it was really interesting to learn that she's had to actually pivot quite a bit lately because of the fact that she's now a happy new mother. She had her son, Oscar, who is now, I think, close to 2 years old, and he joins her every single day at the studio. And what that meant for her, though, is that she had to make quite a bit of a change in how she produces her ceramics because she would rely a lot on wheel work, but she couldn't do that with Oscar around. With these big moving parts, it's kind of dangerous to have Oscar around. So what she did was she adopted a new style of ceramic making called slip casting, which is where she makes these molds and then a sort of a ceramic slip into it and is able to produce very interesting, unique shapes and ceramics that you're just not going to find anywhere else. And the beautiful thing about this story is that she's actually finding even more success now with this new style of ceramic making. And she's called it Nature Finds a Way. That's the name of the line. It reflects her personal journey. She found a way. She found a way to thrive and survive and keep her business going, despite the fact that she couldn't rely on her bread and butter wheelwork anymore. So that, to me, was a really interesting angle to help promote the product with. One thing that we really wanted to focus on with this video was making beautiful images because that speaks to the products that she makes. So we storyboarded a little bit and we wanted to really leverage effective cinematography and lighting to make sure that each shot is a picture in its own. Knowing that we wanted Oscar to be a big part of the video, we scheduled to film all of his stuff first. And so that way he's high energy, he wants to be there, everyone's in a good mood. We get the images that we needed from him and then he can, his dad can come and take him away. And we can spend the rest of the day focusing a lot more on getting the lighting and getting the shots that we need to demonstrate the process. We were able to source this really gorgeous home out of North Vancouver, and then we brought Monique in and put the product on display in a way that she sees fit. And then we actually conducted a bit of an interview there, and that's where we filmed it a bit more documentary style, where instead of having a canned script for her to rehearse, we just had a conversation with her. And having had spent that time up front to get to know her, her brand, her personality, her story, we knew what to talk to her about and also how to get her to feel comfortable in front of camera, because believe you me, this ain't easy. And so when talking to her, we really just wanted to find the right nuggets of information, like getting her to talk about her process, getting her to talk about her journey in motherhood, and getting her to talk about why she loves what she does. And if I could just get moments of brilliance within those subjects of conversation, I knew that I could weave them into helping to tell the story properly. And the job at the end of the day, I think, was to, we're promoting her product. And so we wanted to put that up front and then still have the story element come in without overtaking the video. And so the way we did that was we actually just save the Oscar bit until the end of the video. It's like a cherry on top, but it does help weave the whole thing together. Every story has a beginning, middle, and end, but it doesn't have to be in that order. By breaking up the order, we can actually have the story piece be a bit of a surprising remark at the end of the film that is just like a delight for people. We found this really interesting musical track that has this orchestral, classical kind of nature to it, but then also with a xylophone, it's playing around and has this really childlike element to it. And I just thought it was the perfect marriage of themes. It's taking Monique's very thought out process and then throwing it all, upside down by having a 2-year-old toddler around that's just like running amok and making a mess and doing all these fun things. And so finding the right piece of music that helps us tell that story is just absolutely paramount in getting the tone right. And tone is such an important aspect of getting people to feel what you hope they're gonna feel. And I think that's an aspect of filmmaking that really gets lost when you look at things like product videos, especially social media and online. You see so many videos that are just like, they have generic pop music or some kind of like royalty-free jingle in the background that, you know, it can feel interesting and fun, but it doesn't necessarily feel emotional and thought-provoking and help tell the story. The other thing that I think that this film, you know, really demonstrates is how to bring someone's element into the frame. And I think that we really did that by way of listening to Monique and having her be part of the creative process and really collaborating with her in a much more connected way than if it was just that she had a brief and we walked away and came up with a bunch of ideas and pitched it to her and then just ran with something, and you know, she'd be on the sidelines approving things. Like, I don't think that that's conducive to great work anymore. I think there used to be a time when people were really excited about like hyper creative brand storytelling that was just like, you know, kind of fake, but it's just highly produced and highly designed to look cool. I think people are much more interested in seeing things that, you know, come from the heart. It is their stories to tell, not ours.